What's going on, guys? Back here with another video. Today I want to kind of showcase my first video of a series I want to do called Read It or Skip It, where I pretty much go over books that I've read and give you a brief summary of the book, my opinion of it, and whether I believe you should read it. So the first book today is going to be Shadow Hunter by Michael Reeves. It is, I think, one of two Darth Maul novels. I've read both. There's this one and there's Maul Lockdown. And pretty much this takes place before the events of episode 1. Darth Sidious is about to culminate his plans pertaining to Naboo, and one of the Neimoidians of the Trade Federation goes missing. So he sends Darth Maul to find him. Well, you have two other characters. One of them is named Lorne. The other one is named Darsha. Darsha is a Jedi Padawan, and Lorne is an information broker. So Lorne is sent on this mission to find somebody that works for Black Sun so she can earn her Jedi knighthood. And Lorne comes across with somebody that's trying to sell some information. Well, come to find out, the Neimoidian that's gone missing, his name is Monchar, is trying to sell the information he knows about the Sith. So pretty much, to summarize it, Darth Maul is after this Monchar guy, crosses paths with the information broker, Lorne, and the Jedi, Darsha. Overall, it's an interesting book. It takes place in Coruscant's lower levels, so, the sleazy, scummy, shady part of town, which is, new because we don't spend a whole lot of time there. But to be honest, it felt sort of like a cat and mouse game. It felt like Darth Maul would get really close to him. He would be like on the edge of, capturing him and killing him, and they would get away. It felt like that happened several times throughout the course of the book, and it kind of got kind of boring. It's got Obi-Wan Kenobi and Qui-Gon Jinn in it. As I said, it takes place like right before the events of episode 1. So, this is a spoiler video, but that's pretty much how it ends, is they're told, hey, you need to go to Naboo. The Trade Federation is starting a blockade. The ending is pretty satisfying. Lorne thinks he's safe because he finally gets away from Maul. Maul's killed Darsha at this point. He's, done his duty. And Lorne thinks he's safe because he runs into Chancellor Palpatine. Because he finally gets away. He has the secret, whatever. And Chancellor Palpatine's like, okay, you're safe. I'll take you here. Well, he wakes up because he gets injured by Maul. He wakes up in this bed, and the Chancellor's there, and he's like, I'm glad you're okay. Then he leaves, something like that. It's like, I'm glad you're okay. And the doorbell rings or something, and it's Maul. Like, he's there to kill him. Darth Maul doing Darth Maul stuff. But overall, I enjoyed this book better than I did Maul Lockdown, and I plan to do a video on that as well. I would say, out of 10, 1 being the worst book I've ever read, 10 being the best book I've ever read, this is pretty mid. Like, it's 5 or 6. Like, I could get through it. It's a small book. It's only about 300 pages, so I didn't spend much time on it. It was an okay book. Pretty forgettable. And as I said earlier, the cat and mouse game was kind of predictable and boring, but it was a satisfying payoff. This book was written about the time the Phantom Menace came out, so of course the Maul we see in the novels is different than the Maul we ended up seeing in the Clone Wars, especially Rebels and Clone Wars Season 7. Maul's character 10 times bigger and more important and prominent than we ever saw him in the Phantom Menace. That's to be expected. Overall, I would say, unless you're a super diehard Darth Maul fan, you should probably skip it, because it's, like I said, it's not the best book I've ever read, and it's not the worst. I guess it's subjective. If you're a diehard Darth Maul fan, by all means, read it. It's a cool story, Darth Maul being a badass Darth Maul. But in terms of lore building, stuff like that, There's really nothing that goes on, you know, just Darth Maul hunting people down. This is episode 1 of my read it or skip it. So hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, check out more videos. We'll see you on the next one.